not bad at English. You're just training the wrong skill, and it's quietly wasting years of your life. What if I told you fluency can start in 7 days, without textbooks, without complicated lessons, and without feeling stuck? Before we start, hit, like if you've been studying English for a long time but still feel nervous speaking. Comment where you're watching from, and subscribe to Miss Ava English because I upload practical speaking systems you can actually use in real life. Let's be honest. Most people study English the same way they studied math in school. Read, memorize, take notes, forget. Then they wonder why, when someone asks a simple question like, "How's it going?" their brain freezes. Not because they're lazy, not because they're not smart, but because books don't create fluency. Usage does. Here's the problem nobody tells you. Your brain doesn't learn language like information. It learns language like a habit, like driving, like typing, like cooking rice without measuring. You didn't become fluent in your native language by reading grammar rules. You became fluent because you repeated real phrases in real situations until they became automatic. So today, I want to give you something simple, practical, and honestly, kind of uncomfortable if you love studying. Because I'm going to tell you to stop studying English the old way and start using what I call daily scripts. A daily script is not a lesson. It's not a worksheet. It's a short set of lines you repeat every day, the same way you repeat brushing your teeth. It trains your mouth, your confidence, and your speed. And the magic is, you don't need more time. You need better use of time you already have. Most people can find 40 minutes in a day. They just donate it to scrolling, rewatching the same videos, and thinking about practicing instead of practicing. And if that sentence hurts a little, good. Pain means the truth touched you. Here's the system. 3 scripts, 1 day, every day. You're going to speak English in the morning, use English at midday, and lock it in at night. Not because you want motivation, because motivation is weak. Systems are strong. Let's start with the morning. Morning is not for hard studying. Morning is for setting your identity. Morning is when your brain is quiet, before the world attacks you with noise. So in the morning, you're going to do a confidence script. 10 minutes. That's it. And you're going to read it out loud like a routine. Not silently, not in your head. Out loud. Because fluency lives in your mouth, not in your notes. Here's your first morning script. Say this with me. I'm improving step by step. I don't need perfect English. I need brave English. Mistakes are proof I'm practicing. And today, I will speak even if it's simple. I am training my mouth to move faster than my fear. Now pause. If that feels cheesy, listen carefully. You don't repeat this because it's poetry. You repeat it because your brain believes what you repeat. Most people repeat fear every day. They repeat, "My English is bad. I can't speak. People will judge me." They repeat that for years, and then they act surprised when they stay stuck. So we're flipping the script, literally. Here's how to do it correctly in the morning. Step 1. Stand up or sit straight. Posture matters more than you think. When your body is weak, your voice is weak. Step 2. Read the script slowly one time. Focus on pronunciation and calm breathing. Step 3. Read it again faster. Not perfect, faster. Step 4. Choose one line and say it with emotion like you mean it, loud enough to feel it in your chest. And no, you don't need to sound like a native speaker. You just need to sound like someone who is not hiding. Now let me make this real. Imagine you're in Indonesia, or Brazil, or Turkey, or Vietnam, or Mexico. You can read English, you can watch English videos, but when you meet someone from another country and they say, "So what do you do?" your mind goes blank. That's not a vocabulary problem. That's a confidence plus retrieval problem. Morning script trains retrieval. It builds a pathway in your brain. English equals action, not fear. And here's the part that keeps people watching, because this is what changes everything. Most fluency problems are not language problems. They're emotional problems. Shame, perfectionism, fear of sounding stupid. And perfectionism is just fear wearing expensive clothes. So your morning script is mindset training first. Because if your mindset is weak, your practice will be fake. And fake practice gives fake results. Now, let's move to the second script. This is where your English becomes useful. Midday script is a service script. 20 minutes. This is the script you use for real situations. Ordering, asking for help, small talk, and simple conversations that happen everywhere in the world. Because here's the truth. You don't need advanced English to sound confident. You need ready-to-use phrases that come out automatically. Think about the most common English moments. You want to order food. You want to ask someone to repeat. You want to join a conversation. You want to ask for directions. You want to be polite, but clear. You want to stop feeling like a child when you speak. So your midday script is built from the lines you actually need. Here are a few examples. Don't just listen. Repeat them out loud after me. Hi, could I get this, please? Can you recommend something popular? Sorry, could you say that again, a bit more slowly? I'm still learning English, but I'll try. What does that word mean? Give me 1 second. I want to say it correctly. That's interesting. Tell me more. Where are you from? How long have you been here? By the way, what do you do? Notice what's happening. These lines are simple, but powerful. They are bridges. When you have bridges, you stop freezing. When you stop freezing, you start speaking. When you start speaking, you get feedback. When you get feedback, you improve fast. Now, here's the rule that separates winners from the "I tried once" crowd. You don't collect 100 scripts. You pick one script set and you repeat it for 7 days. No jumping, no chasing new methods because you got bored. Boredom is not a signal to change. It's a signal you're finally doing the real work. And yes, the midday practice can be done anywhere. During lunch break, on a walk, on public transport, or even in your room. All you need is your phone notes and your voice. You read the lines. You speak them. Then you change one word and say it again. For example, could I get this, please? Could I get a coffee, please? Could I get a table for 2, please? Could I get the bill, please? This is how fluency is built. Repetition, with small variation, not random studying, not jumping from topic to topic. Training a few patterns until your brain stops thinking and starts responding. Now, in a second, I'm going to show you the night script, the part that locks everything into your memory while you sleep. And I'll also tell you the biggest mistake people make with daily scripts that kills results even when they practice every day. Now, the night script. This is where most people either level up fast or stay stuck forever while telling themselves they're trying. Because speaking practice is great, but if you don't lock it in, you'll keep relearning the same things like a broken loop. Night script is a reflection script. 10 minutes. Simple. Powerful. It turns your day into language fuel. Here's what you do every night. Write 5 short lines about your day in English. Choose 2 of those lines and say them out loud. That's it. Not an essay, not Dear Diary. 5 lines. Simple lines. Real life lines. Because your brain remembers language that is connected to your life. Here are examples you can copy tonight. Today I felt tired, but I still practiced. I had a busy day, but I didn't quit. I talked to someone in English for 1 minute. I learned one useful phrase and used it. Tomorrow, I will practice again. Now speak 2 lines out loud. Slowly once, then faster once, then one more time with confidence. Why does this work so well? Because at night, your brain starts organizing memory. You're basically telling your brain, this is important, keep it. And it's like saving a file instead of leaving it unsaved and hoping it doesn't disappear. And here comes the biggest mistake people make with daily scripts, the one that kills results even when they practice. They practice like a robot, with zero attention. They mumble the lines, they rush, they multitask, they scroll while repeating. They treat practice like background noise. Then they wonder why nothing changes. Listen, your brain is not impressed by time. It's impressed by focus. 10 minutes of focused speaking beats 1 hour of half-hearted studying. Every time. So when you do these scripts, I want you to do one thing that feels small, but changes everything. Record yourself for 30 seconds. Just your phone. Voice memo. No fancy setup. Most people avoid recording because they hate hearing their voice. Good. That discomfort is exactly where growth lives. When you record yourself, you notice the real problem. Not grammar. Not vocabulary. It's clarity. It's speed. It's confidence. And once you can hear it, you can fix it. Here's a simple nightly routine that works anywhere in the world. Open your Notes app. Write 5 lines. Pick 2 lines. Record yourself saying them. Listen once. Say them again slightly better. That's language training. Real training. Not fantasy. Now, let's connect the whole system so it actually becomes a habit you can keep. Morning script builds identity. I speak. I don't hide. Midday script builds function. I can handle real situations. Night script builds memory. I keep what I learn. And if you do this daily, something crazy happens around day 5 to day 7. Your brain stops translating everything. You start pulling phrases automatically. Your mouth moves faster. Your fear gets quieter. But let's be real again. You will feel resistance. On day 2, you'll say, this is too simple. On day 3, you'll say, I don't have time. On day 4, you'll say, maybe I need a better method. That voice is not logic. That voice is your old habit trying to survive. Because the truth is, simple methods expose weak discipline. Complex methods hide it. A lot of people don't want a simple plan. They want a complicated plan so they can blame the plan when they fail. If that's you, I'm not here to hug your excuses. I'm here to get you results. So here's the rule that makes daily scripts powerful. Pick one script set. Use it for 7 days. No changes. Same morning script. Same midday script topic. Same night reflection format. Because consistency wins. Not intensity. Not motivation. Not starting over Monday. Now, what should your midday script be about? This is how you choose it. Choose the situation you actually need in your life. If you work in customer service, scripts for helping customers, answering questions, apologizing politely. If you travel, ordering food, checking into hotels, asking directions. If you're a student, asking questions, joining discussions, presenting ideas. If you're job hunting, introducing yourself, talking about your skills, answering interview basics. Don't copy scripts that don't match your life. That's how people waste time. And here's a practical way to build your midday script in 5 minutes. Write one headline, today's situation, kakimos, and then write 8 to 12 lines you would actually say in that situation. Example, today's situation, asking for help. Excuse me, can you help me for a moment? I'm looking for this place. Do you know where it is? I'm not sure how to do this. Could you show me? Thank you. I really appreciate it. Sorry, one more question. Now you've got a script that makes you functional in the real world. And if you're thinking, but I don't have anyone to speak with, good. You don't need anyone. You speak to your phone. You speak to your mirror. You speak while walking. The point is training your mouth to produce English smoothly. Because when the moment comes, meeting someone, taking a call, traveling, joining an online meeting, you won't suddenly become confident. You'll perform the way you trained. That's why daily scripts work. They're training, not studying. And now I want to give you one more retention trick that keeps you practicing long enough to actually win. Make it stupidly easy to start. Don't say, I'll practice for an hour. Say, I'll do 1 minute. Because once you start, you usually continue. The hardest part is not the practice, it's starting. So tomorrow morning, don't overthink. Don't plan. Don't wait for the perfect time. Wake up. Sit up. Say one line, I'm improving step by step. Then keep going. If you can do that, you're not just learning English anymore. You're becoming the kind of person who finishes what they start. And once you become that person, your English stops being a goal and starts being something you simply do. Now, let's make sure you don't sabotage this with another common trap, trying to learn everything. Daily scripts are not about collecting more vocabulary. They're about building automatic responses. Automatic means you don't search your brain like Google. You just speak. So here's what you're going to do next. You're going to build a 7-day script challenge that is so simple you almost feel stupid doing it. And that's good, because the people who get fluent are the ones who can do simple things for a long time without needing applause. Step 1. Pick your one midday situation for the week, not 5 situations. 1. If you're in hospitality or customer service, choose polite help. If you're a student, choose classroom English. If you're traveling, choose ordering plus directions. If you work online, choose meetings plus messages. If you're trying to make international friends, choose small talk. Choose the one that would improve your life the fastest. Now, step 2. Build your script using this formula. Greeting purpose. Clarifying question. Polite response. Closing. Here's what that looks like in real English, not textbook English. Greeting. Hi, excuse me. Purpose. I need a quick help with something. Clarifying question. Could you show me how to do this? Or, which one do you recommend? Or, where can I find this? Polite response. Thank you, that helps a lot. Or, I appreciate it. Closing. Have a nice day. Or, thanks again. Now you turn that into 10 to 12 lines. Then you practice it every day for 7 days. You're not memorizing to pass a test. You're training to act in real life. And here's the retention move that keeps you from getting bored. You don't repeat the script exactly the same way every time. You repeat the structure, but you swap one detail. Like this. Day 1. Asking for directions to a station. Day 2. Asking for directions to a pharmacy. Day 3. Asking for directions to a hotel. Same structure, different target. That's how you teach your brain patterns. Patterns are portable. Random vocabulary is not. Now let's talk about pronunciation. Because I know some of you are thinking, I can say the lines, but I don't sound clear. Good, that's honest. And clarity matters. But you don't fix pronunciation by watching pronunciation videos for hours. You fix pronunciation by doing 2 things: slowing down, then speeding up. Here's the method. First round, 60 speed, very clear. Second round, normal speed. Third round, slightly faster than normal. Why faster? Because real conversation is fast. And if you only practice slowly, the real world will hit you like a train. Now, one more thing that makes daily scripts work better than almost any course. You use a trigger. A trigger is something you already do every day, and you attach English to it. For example, after you brush your teeth, morning script. After you eat lunch, midday script. Before you charge your phone at night, night script. No trigger means you'll try to find time and then magically never find time. People who try are usually the same people who quit. So pick your triggers right now in your mind. Make it automatic. Now, let's handle the fear problem directly, because fear is the real reason most people fail. Fear says, I'll practice when I feel ready. Reality says, you'll feel ready after you practice. Fear says, what if I say it wrong? Reality says, you will say it wrong. That's normal. That's how learning works. Fear says, people will judge me. Reality says, most people are too busy thinking about themselves, and the few who judge you, they're not your teachers, they're your distraction. So we need a simple rule for fear. If you feel nervous speaking English, that means your practice is finally real. Nervousness is not a sign to stop. It's a sign you're doing the correct training. Now, here's a practical challenge that will make you improve quickly and keep you engaged. The one real use rule. Every day, you must use one English line in the real world. One line. That's it. It can be online or offline. Offline examples. Say thank you in English at a cafe. Ask a tourist, "Where are you from?" Say, "Excuse me," before asking something. Online examples. Write one comment in English on YouTube. Send one simple message in English. Join a live stream and type one sentence. One line per day sounds tiny, but tiny actions compound. This is how people actually change. And don't tell yourself, that doesn't count because it's simple. Simple counts. Simple is how you build a life. Now, I want to show you how to combine this with your night script so you don't forget the experience. At night, one of your 5 lines should be, "Today I used English in real life." Then add what happened. "Today I asked a question in English." "Today I ordered in English." "Today I wrote a comment in English." Then speak it out loud. Your brain will start labeling English as something you do in public, not something you hide in private. That's a huge shift. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but what if I don't know what to say in different situations? That's exactly why scripts exist. You're not supposed to invent English from nothing. You borrow patterns, practice them, then your brain starts generating new sentences naturally. Language is not creativity first, it's copying first. Babies copy, musicians copy, athletes copy. You copy first, then you create. So if you're the kind of person who says, "I want to speak naturally," good. Daily scripts are how you get there, because natural is not talent. Natural is trained. And by the way, if you want to sound more natural, here's one trick that works worldwide. Use simple connectors. Add these to your scripts. Actually, honestly, by the way, I mean, let me think. These phrases buy you time. They make you sound human. They reduce panic. Example. Let me think. I mean, I'm not sure, but I think it's over there. Actually, could you repeat that? By the way, what does this mean? Now you're not just speaking, you're controlling the conversation. And once you feel control, you stop fearing English. You start using it. And when you start controlling the conversation, something else happens. You stop chasing more English, and you start building your English. Now let's make this system bulletproof, because motivation will fail you eventually. There will be a day you feel tired, a day you feel stupid, a day you miss practice. That's normal. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be consistent enough that English becomes unavoidable. So here's how you make daily scripts impossible to quit. You build a minimum version and a full version. Minimum version, when life is chaotic. Morning. Say your confidence script one time. Midday. Say 5 lines only. Night. Write 2 lines. Speak 1. That's it. Full version. Normal day. Morning. 10 minutes. Midday. 20 minutes. Night. 10 minutes. Why this works. People quit because they think missing one day means failure. Then they feel shame. Then they stop completely. Weak mindset. Instead, you need a rule. Never miss twice. If you miss one day, okay, you're human. But the next day, you must do the minimum version at least. This keeps the habit alive. Habits die from silence, not from imperfection. Now, let's talk about something nobody wants to talk about. Your accent. Some of you are watching from countries where English is not spoken daily. Maybe you've been told you have a strong accent. Maybe you've been laughed at before. Maybe you're scared your pronunciation will expose you. Listen carefully. Accent is not the enemy. Unclear speech is the enemy. You can have an accent and still be confident. You can have an accent and still be respected. The world doesn't need you to sound American or British. The world needs you to be understandable and calm. So we're going to train 3 clarity skills using your scripts. Stress pauses, endings. Stress means you emphasize the important word. Example: I'm improving step by step. The stress is on improving. Not, I'm improving step by step, like you're reading a shopping list. Say, I'm improving step by step. Pauses mean you stop rushing. Most learners speak too fast in the wrong places because they're nervous. Then everything blends together, and even correct English sounds messy. Add small pauses. Excuse me, could you help me for a moment? Sorry. Could you say that again? A bit more slowly. Endings mean you finish your sentences clearly. A lot of learners drop the ending sound because they're trying to escape the sentence fast. But endings carry meaning. Example: I need help must end with the P. Thanks must end with the S. Booked must end with the D sound. So here's your daily clarity drill. It takes 1 minute, and it changes everything. Pick one line from your script. Say it 3 times. First, slow, clear. Second, normal, clear. Third, normal, with stronger stress and clean ending. That's it. Now, I'm going to give you a simple way to measure progress, because progress you can't measure becomes, I think I'm improving, and then you quit. Every Sunday, do a 60-second test. Open your phone. Record a 60-second speech using your night script topic. Talk about your week in simple English. What you did, what you learned, what you will do next week. You don't need perfect grammar. You need flow. Then compare it to last week's recording. You'll hear the improvement. Your confidence will grow because you have evidence, not hope. Now let's address a sneaky problem. Many people can practice alone, but they collapse in real conversation. That's because conversation adds pressure. Speed, unpredictability, emotion. So we train conversation the smart way, without forcing you into painful situations too early. Here's what you do. You add conversation edges to your midday script. These are lines that control the interaction when you don't understand or when you need time. Use these. Give me a second to think. Let me try to say it another way. I'm not sure, but I think, could you explain it in a simple way? Can you give me an example? Wait, do you mean, So you're saying that these lines are your safety net. They keep you from freezing. And when you don't freeze, you stay in the conversation longer. Staying longer is how you learn. Now, to make this practical worldwide, let's build one sample 7-day midday script that almost everyone needs. Small talk. Because small talk is the gateway to friendships, work, travel, and confidence. If you can do small talk, you can survive in English anywhere. Here's a small talk script. Repeat after me. Hey, how's it going? I'm doing okay. Just a bit busy today. By the way, where are you from? Oh, nice. I've always wanted to visit. What do you do, if you don't mind me asking? That sounds interesting. How did you start? Honestly, I'm still learning English, so I might speak slowly. Thanks for being patient. It was nice talking to you. Maybe we can chat again sometime. Now you practice that for 7 days. Same lines, every day. But each day, you swap one detail to keep it alive. Day 1. You talk to an imaginary stranger at a cafe. Day 2. You talk to a coworker. Day 3. You talk to a classmate. Day 4. You talk to a tourist. Day 5. You talk in an online community. Day 6. You talk in a work meeting. Day 7. You talk to a friend. Same script, different scene. Your brain learns flexibility. Now let's combine everything into a single day example so you can feel how real and doable it is. Morning. You wake up. Bathroom mirror. 2 minutes. I'm improving step by step. I will speak even if it's simple. You say it once slow, once normal, once confident. Midday, during lunch break. Phone notes. 10 minutes. You read your small talk script out loud, then you pick 2 lines and vary them. What do you do? Becomes bano, what are you studying? Nice talking to you becomes great to meet you. Night, before sleep. Notes app, 5 lines. Today I felt nervous, but I practiced. I used one English line online. I want to speak more naturally. Tomorrow I will repeat my script. I'm proud I didn't quit. Then you speak 2 lines. Record 30 seconds. Done. This is not a fantasy routine. This is real life. This is how you build fluency while working, studying, raising kids, living in a busy city, living in a small town. Doesn't matter. Because the system respects reality. Small time, high consistency, real usage. And once you do this for 1 week, you'll understand something most people never learn. Fluency is not built by learning more. Fluency is built by repeating what matters until it becomes you. And when it becomes you, you stop asking, how do I learn English? Because you're already living it. Now let's deal with the next reality. After a few days, you might feel like you're repeating the same lines and not learning new things. That feeling is exactly where most people quit. They confuse familiarity with uselessness. But familiarity is the point. Think about athletes. They repeat the same basic drills thousands of times. Nobody says, "Why are you doing the same push-up again?" Because repetition is how the body becomes reliable under pressure. English is the same. You're training reliability. So instead of changing scripts too early, you upgrade them in a smart way. Here's how you progress without destroying consistency. You keep the same script, but you add one layer. Layer 1. Say the line. Layer 2. Say the line with one extra detail. Layer 3. Answer a follow-up question. Example with a simple line. Baseline. I'm improving step by step. Add detail. I'm improving step by step, even though I'm busy. Follow-up. Because I practice every day for a short time. Another example. Baseline. Could you help me for a moment? Add detail. Could you help me for a moment? I'm trying to find the nearest station. Follow-up. Is it far from here? This is how you turn scripts into conversation skills. Same foundation, more flexibility. Now, let's make your midday script even more powerful with one tool. The two-sentence rule. And when you practice a line, don't stop at one sentence. Always add a second sentence. One sentence starts a conversation. Two sentences sound like a real person. Bad practice. Where are you from? Better. Where are you from? I'm from Brazil. Now you're not just asking, you're sharing. Another. Bad practice. What do you do? Better. What do you do? I work in healthcare, so my days are busy. Another. Bad practice. Can you repeat that? Better. Can you repeat that? I want to understand you clearly. That second sentence makes you sound confident and polite, not lost. Now here's something practical that helps people worldwide, especially if you don't have native speakers around you. You practice scripts in mini scenes. A mini scene is a 20-second role play where you imagine a place and a goal. You don't need acting talent, you need focus. Here are 3 mini scenes you can rotate. Scene 1. Cafe goal. Order plus small talk. Lines. Hi, could I get a coffee, please? Can you recommend something popular? Thanks. By the way, how's your day going? Scene 2. Workplace. School goal. Ask a question, plus clarify. Lines. Quick question. Can you explain this part? Sorry, can you say that again more slowly? Okay, I understand now. Thank you. Scene 3. Travel goal. Directions plus confirmation. Lines. Excuse me, where is the nearest station? Is it within walking distance? Great, thank you. I appreciate it. When you practice in scenes, your brain stops learning English as random phrases and starts learning English as actions. And action-based learning sticks. Now, a lot of you will ask, what if I don't know which words to use? What if I'm missing vocabulary? Here's the truth. Vocabulary grows faster when you have a structure to put it into. Most people try to memorize words first, then speak later. That's backwards. Speak first with simple words, then upgrade them. Example. Simple. I'm tired. Upgrade later. I'm exhausted. Simple. It's good. Upgrade later. It's impressive. Simple. I'm busy. Upgrade later. I've been slammed lately. But you don't need these upgrades in week 1. Week 1 is about building the habit and removing fear. So here's a weekly progression that keeps you improving without breaking consistency. Week 1. Same script. Build the habit. Focus on clarity. Week 2. Same script. Add two-sentence rule. Add mini scenes. Week 3. Same structure. Replace 20 of lines with upgraded vocabulary. Week 4. Same structure. Add real conversations, even tiny ones. That's how you build fluency like a staircase, not like a roller coaster. Now, let's make sure you actually follow through, because information is useless without execution. I want you to create a tiny scoreboard. Yes, a scoreboard. Your brain loves winning. Open your notes app and write this. Morning. Done. Not done. Midday. Done. Not done. Night. Done. Not done. Every day, you mark it. 3 check marks is a win. 2 is still okay. 1 means you're slipping. 0 means you're lying to yourself. And don't overcomplicate it. This is not a productivity hobby. It's a discipline tool. Now, I want to address something sensitive. Feeling embarrassed practicing out loud. Many people live with family, roommates, or they share small spaces. They don't want people hearing them speak English. Okay. Then do it quietly, but still out loud. Whisper practice still trains your mouth. It still builds the habit. It still improves. You can practice in the bathroom, during a walk, while cooking, while commuting. The world gives you small pockets of privacy if you stop making excuses. And if you truly cannot speak out loud at midday, then do shadow speaking with headphones. You mouth the words silently, but move your lips clearly. It's not as strong as speaking, but it's still training. The goal is not perfection. The goal is daily contact with English. Now, one more thing that keeps people engaged and makes your English sound natural faster. Emotional variation. If you always speak with the same flat voice, your English will feel robotic, and your brain will get bored. So take one line and say it in 3 emotions. Neutral excited. Serious example. It was nice talking to you. Neutral. Calm. Excited. It was really nice talking to you. Serious. Slower. Respectful. It was nice talking to you. Thank you. This trains your voice and rhythm. Rhythm is what makes speech feel fluent. Now, as you keep doing this, you'll notice a shift. You start thinking in chunks, not word-by-word translation. Chunks like, by the way, let me think. To be honest, I'm not sure, but could you please? Chunks are how fluent speakers speak. They don't build every sentence from scratch. They pull chunks and fill in details. Daily scripts are chunk training. That's why they work. So keep it simple. Keep it daily. Keep it real. Because the people who win are not the smartest. They're the ones who stop negotiating with their own excuses and just do the reps. And once you stop negotiating with excuses, you start noticing something surprising. The world gives you chances to use English everywhere. You just didn't see them before because you weren't trained to look. Now we're going to sharpen the system even more with one skill that separates I can practice from I can speak with people. Response speed. Most learners know what they want to say, but they say it too late. Conversation moves on. They feel embarrassed. Then they decide they can't speak. That's not a language problem. That's a speed problem. So here's your upgrade. The 3-second rule. When someone speaks to you, you respond within 3 seconds, even if your response is simple, even if it's not perfect, even if you only say one phrase. Because silence kills confidence. If your brain needs more time, you use a bridge phrase. These are your emergency tools. Good question. Let me think. 1 second. I'm not sure, but that's interesting. These phrases are not fillers. They are control. They buy time without looking lost. So during your midday script practice, you will train the 3-second rule like this. Read a question line. Count 1, 2, 3. Answer. Example. Question. Where are you from? Answer within 3 seconds. I'm from Vietnam. How about you? Question. What do you do? Answer. I work in sales. It's busy but interesting. Question. Do you like living here? Answer. Yes, I do. The people are friendly. Now your English becomes fast enough to survive real conversation. Next, we're going to fix the I understand but I can't reply problem. That happens because most practice is passive. Watching videos, listening, reading. Passive skills grow. Active skills stay weak. Daily scripts are active, but we can make them even more active with one simple technique. Question flipping. Every statement line becomes a question line. Example statement. I'm improving step by step. Flip it. Am I improving step by step? Then answer. Yes, because I practice daily. Statement. I'm busy today. Flip it. Why am I busy today? Answer. Because I have a lot of tasks. Statement. I want to speak confidently. Flip. How can I speak confidently? Answer. By repeating my scripts and using them daily. This trains your brain to generate language, not just repeat it. That's where fluency grows. Now, let's handle real-life speaking without pressure. Because I know many of you want to speak more, but you don't know where to start. You don't want to look awkward. You don't want to bother people. Fine. Use low-risk speaking. Low-risk speaking means you speak English in situations where the other person expects it, or where the interaction is short. Here are low-risk options anywhere in the world. Customer support chats, online. You can write simple sentences and learn fast. Travel and service environments, hotels, airports, tourist areas, international cafes. People are used to English there. Online communities, YouTube comments, Reddit, language exchange apps, Discord servers, hobby groups. But you're not going in to practice English. You're going in to complete a mission. One real use per day. Because practice feels optional. Mission feels serious. So here are 7 easy missions you can repeat weekly. Mission 1. Ask one simple question in English online. Mission 2. Answer one simple question in English. Mission 3. Leave one comment with a full sentence. Mission 4. Send one message to someone. How's your day going? Mission 5. Order or ask for something using one English line. Mission 6. Use a bridge phrase in a real moment. Let me think. Mission 7. Say one goodbye line confidently. Have a great day. These missions take minutes, but they rewire your identity. I'm someone who uses English. Now, let's strengthen your night script so it becomes a real engine, not just journaling. At night, you're going to do a 3-column reflection once every few days. Still short, still simple. Column A. What happened today? Column B. What did I say in English? Column C. What will I say tomorrow? Example. A. I talked to a coworker. B. I said, could you repeat that, please? C. Tomorrow I will say, let me try to explain it. Then you speak column B and column C out loud. This turns reflection into action planning. It makes your English practical, not emotional. Now, I want to protect you from the biggest confidence killer: comparison. Some of you watch people speaking perfect English, and you feel small. You feel behind. You feel stupid. That feeling is poison. You're not competing with someone who started 10 years ago. You're competing with who you were last week. So here's your only valid comparison. Are you speaking more than you did 7 days ago? Are you responding faster? Are you freezing less? Are you using English 1 time per day? If yes, you're winning. And if you're not winning yet, it's not because you're hopeless. It's because you're inconsistent. That's fixable. Now let's add a powerful retention tactic: curiosity loops. This keeps viewers engaged, and it keeps you engaged when you practice. You add a tomorrow line at the end of your night script, a line that makes you curious to continue tomorrow. Example. Tomorrow I'm going to practice one sentence that scares me. Tomorrow I will ask one real question in English. And tomorrow I will speak faster than today. Tomorrow I'll try a new mini scene. When you end with a future action, your brain stays connected to the habit. You don't finish, you continue. Now, let's turn your morning script into something even stronger: a confidence anchor. Choose one line from your morning script that becomes your personal anchor. One line you can say anytime you feel nervous. Examples. I'm improving step by step. I don't need perfect English. I need brave English. I can do hard things. I speak even if it's simple. That anchor becomes your weapon in real situations. Before a call, say it. Before talking to someone, say it. Before joining a meeting, say it. Because confidence is not a personality trait. It's a practiced response. Now, you're probably noticing something. This system isn't just teaching English. It's teaching discipline, self-respect, and momentum. And that's why it works. Because fluency doesn't come from knowing more. It comes from doing more, daily, until your brain stops treating English like danger and starts treating it like normal life. Keep your scripts, keep your triggers, keep your missions. And next, I'm going to show you exactly how to pick one script, stay with it for 7 days without quitting, and how to know when it's time to upgrade instead of jumping to a new method. So here's the final piece. This is how you pick one script, stick to it for 7 days, and actually become the person who uses English, without quitting when it gets boring, awkward, or slow. First, pick one midday script situation for the week. Not the perfect one, the most useful one, the one that would immediately improve your real life. Ask yourself one simple question. If I could speak confidently in one situation next week, what would change my life the most? If you travel or work with customers, ordering plus asking for help. If you work online, meetings plus explaining your idea. If you want friends, small talk plus follow up questions. If you're job hunting, self introduction plus answering basic questions. Choose one. Commit to it like a contract. Now, here's the rule that keeps you from jumping to a new method. You don't change your script because you feel bored. You only change your script when your script feels too easy. Boredom means repetition is happening. Repetition is where fluency is built. People who quit at boredom are basically saying, I don't want results, I want entertainment. And entertainment won't make you fluent. So for 7 days, your job is not to learn more. Your job is to repeat the same patterns until your brain stops thinking and starts responding. That's what fluency is, response without panic. Now let's make the 7-day plan crystal clear. Every morning, you say your confidence script out loud. Every midday, you practice your service script for one real situation. Every night, you write 5 lines, speak 2 out loud, record 30 seconds, and you keep it so simple it becomes embarrassing to skip. Because when something is simple and you still don't do it, you can't blame time. You can't blame resources. You can only blame yourself. That's painful, but it's also powerful because it means you can fix it. Now, how do you know you're improving? Not feeling improving. Real improving. Look for these signs by day 7. You speak faster without translating every word. You pause less, or your pauses sound natural. Let me think. You don't feel that heavy fear in your chest before speaking. You can say 5 to 10 useful lines without looking at your notes. You start noticing English opportunities in daily life. If you have even 2 of these signs, you're on the right path. Now, what if you do 7 days and it still feels hard? Good. That means you found a real growth zone. Most people avoid real growth zones their whole lives because they want comfort. Hard doesn't mean wrong. Hard means your old identity is dying. Because your old identity says, I understand English, but I don't speak. Your new identity says, I speak, even if it's simple. That's a different person. Now here's the upgrade rule after 7 days. Listen carefully, because this is where people mess it up. After 7 days, do not throw away the whole script. You keep 80 the same. You upgrade only 20. That means keep your structure, keep your core lines, keep your triggers. Just swap a few lines or add a second sentence. Example upgrade. Week 1 line. Could you repeat that, please? Week 2. Upgrade. Could you repeat that, please? I want to make sure I understand. Week 1 line. What do you do? Week 2. Upgrade. What do you do? I'm curious because I'm exploring new career ideas. Small upgrades. Same foundation. That's how you grow without losing momentum. Now, let's talk about the real enemy. Inconsistency. Inconsistency is not about being busy. It's about being soft with yourself. Busy people still brush their teeth. Busy people still check their phones. Busy people still eat. They do those things because they're automatic. So if English is not happening, it's not because you lack time. It's because you didn't make it non-negotiable. Here's a hard truth. If English matters, you'll protect 40 minutes for it. If it doesn't, you'll keep planning forever. And planning feels smart, but it's fake progress. So I want you to do this right now after this video ends. Open your phone calendar. Set 3 repeating reminders. Morning. Script, 10 minutes. Midday. Script, 20 minutes. Night. Reflect, 10 minutes. Make it annoying. Make it unavoidable. Because the version of you who remembers to practice is weak. The version of you who gets reminded and does it anyway wins. Now, let's anchor this with one final belief. Fluency is not a gift. It's a consequence. A consequence of tiny actions repeated daily. A consequence of using English, even when it's simple. A consequence of choosing consistency over comfort. And if you take anything from this video, take this. Pick one script for 7 days. No jumping. Consistency wins. If you're ready to start, comment script and tell me your country. I want to know where you're watching from. And if you want more daily speaking systems like this, like the video, subscribe to Miss Ava English, and I'll see you in the next one. Stop studying English like a student. Start using it like a person.